Hi, I'm Richie Kotzen, and you are watching for GuitarPlayersOnly.com.
Hi everyone, John Liebman here. You're watching for GuitarPlayersOnly.com. Coming to you today from the Tech 21 booth at the 2017 Winter NAMM Show, Anaheim, California, with our very, very special guest today, Richie Kotzen. Hey Richie.
How are you?
I am great. It is such a pleasure to meet you. I've been listening and admiring your music for many years, and I have had the privilege of seeing and hearing you play live, which I've always enjoyed. So great to meet you. Let's talk about, I think most people know about the Winery Dogs and Mr. Big and all the other stuff that you've done, but let's talk about the early days and your first exposure to music and how you became a guitar player in the first place.
Ooh, well, that's gone pretty far back.
I don't think you're that old.
Well, you know...
where are you from?
I'm from Reading, Pennsylvania. That's where I was born. So it's about, 45-minute drive northwest of Philadelphia. Forgot where I'm from. And, I grew up kind of far out in the country, more or less. And my mother was into music, and she saw Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, The Who, The Doors.
What a cool mom.
She was very cool. She still is very cool. And I lost my train of thought.
Your mom was listening to Hendrix and Janis?
So we had those records in the house, and I would hear that music. My father was into soul music, Otis Redding and Al Green and that sort of thing. So that was my kind of barometer of what I heard when I was young. And I was one of those little kids that liked to sing and dance and entertain the family. And somebody had said, probably when I was around 5, you should get him piano lessons, because they had a piano in the house. And so we tried that. And then shortly after that, I decided I wanted to learn how to play the guitar.
You tried the piano. Does that mean it didn't really work out too well, or what does that mean?
Well, it means that I was 5. I was very young, and I had a teacher who I didn't think she was very cool, and I wasn't interested in what she was teaching me, So when I saw the guitar, I knew that made the sounds that I got excited about in music. So I found a teacher who actually was really cool. Actually, I was afraid of him when I first met him. Because of his appearance, but then I really took well to the guitar.
I'm sorry, what did he look like?
Well, he looked like a typical rock and roll guy, kind of a long red hair, beard. He was a hippie that lived deep in the woods of Pennsylvania.
That doesn't frighten you anymore when you see somebody like that?
No, I've kind of become much worse than that, actually. And so that was the beginning, and then I did what everybody else did. I started a band and played around and kind of built a little name for myself in our area.
And you're about how old at this point?
Well, I started my first band with some kids from my school, and I was in 7th grade. And then that evolved into, years later, a full-time club band. So when I was a teenager, I would play in all the nightclubs in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, Baltimore, and that area. And my father would have to be there because I was a minor, but as long as he was there, I could get on stage and play.
Cool dad, too.
Very cool. And then when I graduated high school, I got an offer, a recording contract, and I made my first record in it came out in 89, I probably made it in 88, and I was 18 when I made that record. And then now, fast forward today, I've got over 20 records out under my own name, and of course the stuff I've done with various bands, and this is what I do. I play music, write songs, sing, play guitar, and it's been pretty cool.
You have a new record in the works, I understand?
I do, a new record called Salting Earth, and it's going to be released on April 14th. Very excited about it.
2017.
What did I say?
You didn't. This is going to be timeless on the website. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So we're going to start our tour in California and go around the United States and go everywhere, you know.
Detroit?
I hope so. I know we got a Chicago gig.
What can you tell us about the record?
Well, there's 10 songs on the record that I wrote and played, performed and recorded. And there's a couple songs that I play piano on, play guitar, play drums, bass, sing.
Is there anybody else on the record?
There is. My girlfriend sings backgrounds on one song. So there is one other person on the record on one song.
And what's the title of the record?
Salting Earth.
Oh, that's right. You told me. Salting Earth. Okay.
Yeah. And we just, we're about finished with the music video for the first single. And so, yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait to play it live.
That's great. Can't wait to hear it. Let's talk about your equipment. I mentioned we are in the Tech 21 booth. So tell us about the Tech 21 products that you use and why you use them.
Well, Andrew from Tech 21 and I developed a pedal called the Fly Rig, which really originated a few years ago. He came to my house and I said, hey, I got to show you something. And I had taken one of his delays and an overdrive that I love and the foot switching mechanism for my Fender amp. And I put all the buttons and all the circuitry in this little box. It was pretty crude. I know a bit about electronics and I can solder. So I made this thing that had everything that I needed to do a gig. And so rather than have a big pedal board and all this stuff, I would literally take this and I said to Andrew, I said, this is great for like fly gigs when you fly into a place. Like, you know, I was like flying down to Mexico, doing a couple shows, coming back, and the only thing I wouldn't bring my amps, I'd have them supply like a Fender Twin or something. I said, you fly in, you do your gig, you get your tone, it's great. So he looked at it, and the following year, he's like, I think I have a way to make this like better and more reliable. So that was the original one that was released by Tech 21 called the RK5 Fly Rig. And that's what I use. It's so convenient. I just, bang, put it down and plug into almost any amp I can get. I mean, I prefer to play through like a Plexi or like a Fender Vibrolux, but even if I don't have those, I can still like plug into a Fender Twin and get a really great tone with the Fly Rig in front of it. So it's really a versatile pedal. I love it.
How about the future? What else would you like to do after this record, after the tour? I mean, is there something on the list that you've always wanted to get to, but just, someday I'm going to...
Not really. I don't have that kind of a list, but I love, working on my house. I just bought a new home, and so it was a fixer, and so for the last 4 months, I really haven't played music. I've just been really pounding nails, as they say. And
you have a studio room in there somewhere, I assume?
Not really. I don't really have a real studio anymore. I have a room that I just finished building out that's more of a live room so that I can rehearse my band and not bother people that are around me. So that I just finished out. I don't really need a studio per se right now because my record's done and I'm focusing on touring. But when I come off this album cycle, then I'll probably build a studio.
All right. Richie, what would you be if you were not a guitar player? Something outside of music?
Probably an architect or a contractor.
Okay. Well, it's good that you bought the fixer-upper because
Yeah.
you're qualified.
Perfect.
All right. Well, congratulations on the new release, and congratulations also on everything that led up to the release and all the music that you've given us for these years that we've all enjoyed. And we'll look forward to much luck and continued success for you always.
That's nice.
All right. Thank you. At the Tech 21 booth at the 2017 Winter NAMM Show, Anaheim, California, with our special guest, Richie Kotzen. I'm John Liebman. You're watching for GuitarPlayersOnly.com.